What's up? I'm Carbone. I just shot some videos with Meinl in Nashville, and these are the cymbals I chose. They're all Byzance. So first off, we're rolling with the 15-inch dual hi-hats. I mistakenly traded these away 5 years ago, and it's nice that I've been able to add them back into my setup. I think the crispness of the chick and just the dry tone in general is just one of my favorites, and Meinl is one of the only cymbal companies out there that's making cymbals sound this way, so this is definitely my first choice of hi-hat. Second, we're rolling with the 18-inch extra dry thin crash. So I had never tried this one until recently, but the 20-inch extra dry thin crash is actually one of my favorite crashes of all time. And I just love the raw aesthetic of these cymbals, and I certainly love the way that they sound. They seem to explode and kind of get out of the way. So maybe not as useful in a stadium setup, but certainly for all of the gigs that I play. They're two of my favorite sounding crashes that I've ever heard. And this here is the Artist Concept Model Temporal Stack 1. By far my favorite mini stack of all time. Matt Gartscott outdoes himself when it comes to these cymbals. Next, we got the 22-inch Equilibrium ride. This is actually the first time I'm using or trying this ride cymbal out. I absolutely love the bell, and I love the articulation that I had, and I also love that it's a crashable ride. Next, we're rolling with the 20-inch Equilibrium China. Talking about Matt Gartscott and how he outdoes himself. This is my favorite sounding China. I remember listening to a video of all of the Chinas that Meinl has to offer, and I would close my eyes and stop it on the one that I liked, and it ended up being this one, and it was already my favorite. So I'm definitely going to keep this one in my setup for a very long time. Next, we have a stack that I actually kind of made by accident. It's an 18-inch dual trash crash on top of an 18-inch medium sand crash. I always had the vintage trash crash on top of the sand crash before this, but being a fan of the dry and the dual cymbals, I wanted to try the dual version of the vintage trash crash, and I might be biased, but it is my favorite sounding large stack that I have, and it will also stay in my setup for a pretty long time. And last but not least, we have a 20-inch dual crash ride. Like I've said, the dual crashes and the extra dry crashes are by far my favorite line. I think they look beautiful. I love the raw section and the lathe section, and I just think they're extremely pretty sounding cymbals. I'm also using Meinl Drum Honey to dampen some of these tones to be more controlled. And I'm actually using 2 on the bottom of this Equilibrium ride to create a little bit more articulation for me. This is my setup.